All right, let's jump right in. I want to share some really powerful, old-school wisdom with you today. It comes from a 108-year-old woman named Hattie Mae, and trust me, what she has to say, it challenges something so basic to how we live that it might just completely change how you think about your very next meal. So here it is. You think that rumbling in your stomach means you're starving? Child, please. You ain't hungry, you're addicted. Wow, right? This one quote, it just cuts right to the very heart of her entire message. Hattie Mae is basically telling us that what we think of as hunger, well, most of the time, it's something else entirely. She calls it an addiction, and she says that this one big misunderstanding is where so many of our health problems really begin. So, you gotta ask, right? How did we get so mixed up about something as basic as hunger? Well, according to Hattie, it's pretty simple. We were sold a story. In fact, she calls it the biggest, most profitable lie ever told. You know the drill. We've all heard it a million times, right? On TV, from all the experts, you gotta eat 3 square meals, keep a snack in your pocket so your metabolism stays fired up. But Hattie says, hold on a second. She claims that exact idea, this constant, never-ending chewing, is the real reason our joints ache, why we're so tired all the time, and why, in her words, folks are breaking down at 50 years old.
And to really help us understand what this constant eating is doing to us, she uses this fantastic analogy. It's really powerful.
Yeah, she says folks today treat their bodies like a tractor engine they never, ever turn off. Just think about that for a second. See, digestion, it's not some easy passive thing. Hattie says it is the single hardest job your body does. It takes a mountain of blood and heat and energy, and the way we eat today, it just keeps that engine roaring, red hot, 24/7. And I mean, look at a typical day, right? This just lays it all out. The engine kicks on at 7 a.m. with some sugary cereal. Then at 10, a granola bar keeps it running hot. Then you've got the sandwich at noon, the coffee and sweet treat at 3, a big heavy dinner, and then of course, ice cream in front of the TV at 10. That poor engine is running for, 15, 16 hours straight? It never gets a chance to cool down. And, just like any engine, if you never ever turn it off, eventually it's just going to burn out. It's going to rust from the inside out.
So here's the bottom line, the really crucial point. Your body only has so much energy to go around. So if it's spending every single hour of the day on the really tough job of digesting food, well, guess what? It has absolutely zero energy left over to do any healing. It's a choice, digest or heal. It just can't do both at full steam at the same time.
Okay, so what does happen when that engine finally gets a chance to cool off? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. According to Hattie Mae, this is when a kind of miracle happens.
She talks about her grandfather, Whenever he got sick, or maybe his joints started to swell up, he didn't run out and get a pill. No. He'd just sit on the porch with a glass of water and, he let his stomach go completely empty for a day, maybe a day and a half. And on the farm, they had a really simple, practical name for it. They just called it cleaning house.
And here's what's so wild. Today, modern science has this fancy, million-dollar word for this exact same old-school wisdom. It's called autophagy. And all it means is the body's natural, built-in process for cleaning out damaged junk and recycling it at a cellular level. They knew it all along. So when your body finally gets that break from digesting, we're talking like 14 to 16 hours, that's when it finally sends out the repair crew. And this crew, they've got a serious to-do list. They get to work, going through your blood and organs, basically sweeping the floors. They gobble up dead and damaged cells. They start to bring down swelling and inflammation. They even clear the fog out of your brain. It's a total deep clean.
But here's the catch, and it's a big one. The second you eat, the moment you pour that syrup on your pancakes, you fire the repair crew, just like that. You force your body to drop the broom, drop the mop, and send every last bit of energy right back to that tough, grinding work of digestion.
Okay. I know what you're probably thinking right now, because it's the #1 objection to this whole idea. But what about that horrible feeling when I miss a meal? I can't do that.
You know the feeling, right? Your hands start to shake, you get a headache, you feel like you're going to pass out. And look, that feeling is super real for a lot of us. It feels like this urgent alarm bell going off, screaming that you have to eat right now. But Hattie Mae, she has a completely different take, and it's pretty blunt.
She says, honey, that ain't hunger, that is a sugar tantrum. A sugar tantrum. I love that. She's saying your body is just so used to, so addicted to that constant drip of processed carbs that the second you take it away, it throws a fit. Like a toddler in the candy aisle, So that feeling, it's not a signal that you need food, it's a symptom of withdrawal.
And this is such a critical distinction to make. That shaking, that weakness, that headache, Hattie says that's literally the poison leaving your body. Real hunger, she insists, is quiet. It's calm. It doesn't make you feel weak. It makes your mind feel sharp as a tack. And she promises, if you can just push through that uncomfortable little tantrum for a bit, there's this amazing, deep, clean energy waiting for you on the other side.
So, okay, this all sounds pretty incredible, right? But let's be real. How do we actually do this in our modern world, with a pantry full of snacks and a drive-thru on every corner?
And the first thing to remember is this is not about starving yourself at all. It's not about punishment. It's simply about giving your body a little respect. You're just creating a deliberate window of time, a little peace and quiet, so it can finally do that repair work it's been dying to do.
And Hattie lays out a really simple way to start. It's beautiful. She says, tomorrow morning, when you wake up, just don't go to the kitchen first. Instead, have a big glass of water or maybe some black coffee. Then go for a walk, get some sun on your face, and don't eat your first meal until the sun is high up in the sky. Then when the sun starts to go down, that's it. The kitchen is closed for the night. That's all. That simple rhythm is all it takes to give your body that 14 to 16-hour window to heal.
And really, that's the ultimate message here, isn't it? It's so empowering. The power to heal yourself isn't in some new pill or super complicated diet. It's something we all have inside of us already. We just have to remember these old ways and kind of get out of our own body's way.
So, I'll just leave you with this one thought to chew on. Your body has a repair crew, ready and waiting. When was the last time you actually gave them a day off to do their job?